gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting episode of Survival Minecraft. We're here in the jungle, the mighty jungle, where the Foxy will be... Oh! Oops! I forgot I had that head on. We're starting in the jungle because I'm after some new friends, specifically these guys right here. And, well, I wanted the parrot acquisition process to go well. I wanted them to see me as a friend. Look at it. He thinks I'm a friend. Yeah, there you go. So what we're going to do is we are going to... Oh, that was very quick. This guy already took like a ton of grass seeds before, so that's really good. Okay, I thought my other friend was in the jungle, but out here in the water as well. For some reason, these parrots are really enjoying the water today. Come here. There we go. Ah, very good. And I also came prepared to name both of these birds. Here we have Lenny and we have Squiggy. There you go. And if you know what those mean, tell me in the comments and let me know if you had to Google it or not. All right, so our work here in the jungle is done. We're going to get Lenny and Squiggy, and we are going to now make our way back to the plaza because I have a very specific job for both Lenny and Squiggy to be doing. But first, if you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and go ahead and leave a like on it for me. And if you have a comment or a question, please be sure to leave it in the comments below. And if you're one of the many people who are not yet a subscriber to the channel, please consider subscribing. It's fast, it's free, and it helps me bring you more great content just like this. And I would really appreciate it. Come on, buddy. There you go. Land on the rock. Boom. Yay. There we go. I wanted Lenny and Squiggy in here so I could finish out this whole jungle theme area that I've got going on here. And as you can see, I have a number of different parrots, and I've been creating little like parrot cages and parrot stoops and stuff like that for them. I have one guy on a jungle tree right here. So this is just a fun little area. I was trying out some different ideas for decorating within here. And you might notice that I'm also continuing my theme of putting mobs in boats. And I have another mob in a boat right over here. Over here by the south gate, I finished this circle off by making a little bit of a fountain area and a little bit of some gardens here. And I decided to add some armor stands to add a little bit of life to it. I have a guy doing some fishing right here, and we have a parent who's watching their child float away with balloons. So this is one idea for a little bit of theming. And over at the north gate here, I tried something a little bit different, and I went with a winter and ice theme. So we have a frozen fountain here. We have some people having a snowball fight on this side of the fountain. I have somebody doing some ice skating right here. We have ice all over the inside of the fountain. And I even have some trees, some that lost their leaves. We have some evergreens, and we have a little snow over here too. So a nice little winter vignette. I mentioned last episode I needed a way to get from down here to the upper part of the middle ring of the plaza. So off camera, I went ahead and created a set of stairs here in these blocks that have nothing in them. So now there's a way to get from the ground level up to the top of the inner ring. I also put in the option to have bubble vaders. So if you want to have a more immediate way to get down, you can bubble vade over here. There's bubble vaders up right there. And by my RV over here, I added a new set of... We built the horse stables at spawn last episode, but I've been collecting so many horses, I ran out of room at Fort Foxy. So I decided to create this whole kind of horse stable area based on something I saw on Reddit. This was a pretty neat idea. And I also have a little bit of a breeding pen over here as well. I mean, it's really possible I might be going like horse crazy right now. And just to reinforce that I am going horse crazy, I even have a horse tied up here at the horse parking spot at the warehouse as well. I've started breeding foxes. None of these are tamed for me. None of them will respond to me as yet, but I'm going to continue taming and breeding foxes here. So yeah, as with every episode, there's been a lot happening off camera in between episodes, but we do have to get down to the meat and potatoes of what we're doing in today's episode. We got to talk about what we're going to be building today. Well, right here, we are going to build a build that's going to facilitate building. I'm not kidding. This is going to be something for building at. Specifically, we're going to be doing a build challenge court. So this entire area that's dug out right here, there's going to be 2 grids that are going to be broken up into single chunks, and people are going to be able to come in here and, using those kind of chunk guidelines, basically do builds and build challenges specifically. Then down the bottom, this whole trench is dug out because I want to have kind of a separating wall between the 2 sides so we can kind of keep each side in the dark about what the other one is doing. So we're going to have a wall right here and a mechanism so we can drop that wall when the challenge is over. But before we get to the build challenge court, I also need to do a quality of life build today. Specifically, I need to get a nether portal into this area. Every time I need to go back to my main base to get materials or anything, I have to fly all the way over to Fort Foxy over there to get into the nether to make the quick trip back to my main base, but that's not going to do. So let's head over to the nether right now and let's go get set up and ready to make that first build. Here we are at my portal for Fort Foxy. This is the portal to world spawn right here. I've had this area intact since season number 1, but what I decided to do was I added a little bit of an extension right here. I added this walkway and these stairs, and I made a replica of the bridge that is over by my main portal base on the other side over here. So my thought process was I didn't want to just put a nether portal right here, and I didn't want to necessarily create 2 more like house structures. Oh my goodness, there's a zombie piglin in the attic over there. That's pretty funny. I wanted to create a kind of a nether themed mini sized version of the plaza right here. So as you're walking up to this area, you might leave spawn and you might leave Fort Foxy and come into the nether, cross this bridge, and you realize that, oh, that's where the plaza is, because it will look like a small version of the plaza. So let's jump into a first time lapse. 3, 2, 1, let's go. And here we have the Nether Plaza portal built. And as you can see, what I was going for was a smaller, kind of a mini version of the plaza. This is like a mini inner ring of the plaza, but themed specifically for the nether. I have regular nether bricks, and we do have red nether bricks, which I've not really used in a build before, so I definitely want to incorporate those. And I did also incorporate crying obsidian, which I'm glad about. One of the fun features of this plaza that I like a lot, which to me gives it a lot of energy, is these lava columns that are coming out here, almost like pumping lava from below into these kind of waiting chambers right here. And that's just kind of neat. It gives it a little bit of a light and ambiance in here, and I think warmth. And if you happen to be in here and maybe having a disagreement with somebody, you can always like maybe flip one of these open and shove somebody in there. But one of the nice features is that it actually butts up right here against this fortress. This is a fortress I found last season, and I came at this the other direction. I ran a strider in here, and this is the one where I found my nether wart for the very first time. I thought I had investigated all the hallways of this fortress, but this one looks dark. I wonder if I had looked at everything here. Oh, no, I did not. I did not. I would have definitely found this stuff. So that's it. Okay, we're done here with the Nether Portal. We're done with the fortress. And I think we're going to head back to the overworld. So we're just going to get our flint and steel. We're going to light up the portal. And we're going to go through and make sure. I already put a portal on the other side in the plaza. So let's make sure that this links up correctly. And here we are back in the plaza, and it is night. We are going to have to get a quick sleep. So we're ready to move on to build number 2 and get this build challenge court going. But first, I do have to do a little more prep here. I've got to clean up my materials and get rid of these beacons and get ready to go. So let me do that, and we're going to jump right back and get ready to go. So the area is prepped and ready. Beacons are gone, and I got all my materials over here. So we're going to jump into build mode number 2, and we're going to put together the mechanism down here. We're going to put together the patio, and we're going to put together the decorative entrance and the area over here in the grass for the build challenge court. So let's jump into build mode number 2. Let's get this all put together. 3, 2, 1, go. And here we go. The build challenge court is built with our big chunk grid. Each one of these big blocks right here is essentially one chunk. It's 16 by 16. And I have them in a 4 by 4 grid. So there's 4 chunks that way, 4 that way. So you end up with 16 chunks all together. I also put together this decorative entrance area right here, but I mean, at the moment, this looks kind of plain Jane. It's just plain bricks. It's not very exciting. I wonder if there's something we can do about that. Maybe if I just go ahead and... that's much better now. And now you can see that this is the build court. So essentially what I did here was I just jazzed up these brick walls right here to give them a little more life. I added a little bit of some ponds right here, and I added some more trees and things like that, maybe to inspire them as they're making their builds. Now, to help builders out, I thought what might be neat are these little build shacks right here. So I thought just a few things that people might need when they're going to be building. We've got a crafting bench, we've got some chests and some barrels and some storage and stuff here. We have a stone cutter, which would obviously be very important for stone builds. If they might need to smelt something, either some ores or something else here, we have a bed so we can do some sleeping at night. And the other thing you probably noticed here was the sand wall. And like I said, this is a barrier where as we're doing builds here and build challenges, I can have someone on this side and someone over here, and as you're doing your build challenge, you will not see what the other person is doing. So that's a pretty good thing. We don't want people to have their build spoiled or anything like that, or have somebody take a sneak peek. Once the build competition is over, I could have both people standing on each side of the wall, and I could say, hey, Gamer Fox, drop that wall, and we hit this button and down goes the wall, and people will be able to see their individual builds. I have a convenient area down over here so that after I drop the sand, I have a collection system right here and I can get it in this chest right now. And one other thing that I did was, since I'm, coming down into the lower area underneath the plaza, I also added a door here so that I can actually come down and have access to what's going on down here underneath the plaza. Now, right over here, I actually created 2 stairwells from the stairwells that are actually at the south gate. So you can actually even go up these right here and you can get up to the surface level right next to the south gate right here, and you can go out right there. So convenient access up and down from the upstairs to down below the plaza. And so that is the build challenge court all done and finished. I do have a couple more little things that I want to finish up here before we wrap the episode. So let me quick sleep. Let's do those and we'll come back and we'll wrap this episode up. All right, so we've done a few more finishes around here at the plaza. I've done a little more landscaping right here, trying to add some life in front of the plaza itself. I've tried to get rid of some of the torch spam out here in the area immediately outside of the plaza by putting some glowstone down. I did also raise the height of the sand tower again, just for dramatic purposes. I want to get a nice thumbnail later. One of the other things that I've done right here is I've gathered some llamas on all of my trips back and forth to my Trident farm and also the jungle out over there. I came across several packs of llamas, so I brought several of them over here and started to breed them to see how they would do storage-wise, and most of these guys are doing very good. This guy has 9 inventory slots, which is really good. Each of these have 9, so I'm gonna do I'm gonna continue to go a little bit mob crazy and probably try to breed these guys up a little bit. See maybe if we can get like 12 slot llamas. That might be pretty cool. I don't know that I want to undergo trying to get any 15s. That sounds like really crazy. It's such a small chance. I don't think it's worth it, but I thought it might be fun for people. One of the requirements over here is that when people go get their supplies at the warehouse, they have to bring them to the build plaza by llamas. I thought that might be kind of a fun little twist. What do you think? Is that a fun idea, or would that be really annoying? Or would it be fun to annoy the builders by making them bring their supplies by llama? Let me know in the comments what you think. With these finishes in place, the build court is now officially done and ready to go. So I'm very, very excited about that. This is another great addition to this whole area. I love the way it looks. I like the theming of everything, and I like that it is aesthetically different from everything else that I've already put together, not only this season, but last season as well. And so with that, we're not only going to start to bring this episode to a close, but we're going to bring videos to a close for the year of 2021. I know we only have a couple weeks left to the year, but this is going to be the last Survival Minecraft video of 2021. We're going to take a quick break and then we're going to come back ready to go in 2022. I think we've already been having a great and successful second season here. We have so much done and so much built here. We have the warehouse, which I absolutely love, and I will tell you, I use this warehouse so much. I think this is one of my favorite builds so far of this entire season, just because of how useful it has been to me. Coming back in the new year, we are going to start to extend out of the north here in the plaza. This entire area right here is going to be dramatically transformed in the beginning of the new year. We're going to develop this whole area in here, and there's going to be some cool stuff. We're going to be getting into redstoning in the new year as well. So if you're interested in that, definitely come back and check out what we're going to be doing. As always, ladies and gentlemen, I always appreciate you watching my videos and following along my journey. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I hope you'll come back for more in 2022. To all those who have recently subscribed to the channel, thank you so much. I appreciate your support. It means quite a bit to me, and it really does help the channel grow. Thank you for an awesome, amazing year of YouTube and survival Minecraft. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a very safe and happy holiday season if you are celebrating. Be well, everybody. Stay safe. Have fun out there. And I'll see you in 2022. Take care.